Hi Cancer, welcome to your love reading for February 2019. This is Elizabeth from channelguidance.com. Okay, so I've already shuffled the decks for you. Let's go ahead and begin. This is for confirmation, but first let's get you 9 cards from this deck. And this is a love reading for the sign of Cancer for February 2019. The first card you have, Cancer, is a 9 of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for February. 10 of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for February. The Lovers. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for February. Ace of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for February. 2 of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for February. Sun. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for February. Page of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for February. The World. Love reading for the sign of Cancer for February. Queen of Pentacles. What's the most important thing that Cancer needs to hear about their love life for February 2019? The card that you have, Cancer, is the 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands can mean that you're feeling a little overprotective of yourself. You may be feeling really paranoid about your love life, about your partner. This is feeling like you can't relax and you have to kind of always be on guard. So we'll come back to this card to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. And if you would like to get a private reading with me, just go to my website, channelguidance.com. I'll put a link down below. Also a link to my Facebook, and also a link to your love reading for the entire year of 2019. It's on Vimeo. It is a 3-spread video covering the beginning, the middle, and the end of the new year. So it's a very in-depth reading. Okay, so let's focus on what you have here. You have the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Wands, and the Lovers. So you're starting off with this energy of wish fulfillment, of you being immensely happy because there has been some type of positive change in your love life. Somebody maybe has finally come around. You have the Lovers here. The Lovers does mean that this is a significant relationship. This can be someone who is your life partner. This can be your spouse. But look at the energy between them. The 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands does mean that there's a heavy energy, a heavy burden. Reading these 3 cards together, some of you may be tired of kind of the energy around you and your partner. Because the 10 of Wands does mean that someone just feels like giving up. Seeing that the 9 of Cups is the first card, for some of you, you might be wishing someone to come back into your life. You might be wishing for someone to return. And it could be that in February, you're starting to become kind of pessimistic with the 10 of Wands. You feel like just throwing in the towel. You might be feeling like this person's never going to come back. I'm never going to have my wish fulfilled. For some of you, you might be really wishing for a higher level of commitment. You might be wishing that your partner wants to be exclusive, or you might be hoping that they will propose marriage, or you want a serious relationship. I feel like you're tired of something. I feel like Cancer really wants something very much with the 9 of Cups. I feel like you're disappointed and frustrated that you're not getting it. That could be why the 9 of Wands is a main energy. You're just feeling really paranoid about your love life right now and really protective of yourself. Okay, so in the second row here, you have the Ace of Swords, the 2 of Wands, and the Sun. So, the fact that you have the Sun, I forgot I did one of the other signs also had the Sun. It doesn't always come up. Basically, what the Sun is telling you, it's the most positive card in the deck. It's telling you that everything is going to be fine. This card always represents success, happiness, positive energy, marriage, love, abundance, all those good things. And like I said, it doesn't always come up. And you have it here. So I feel like whatever it is that's really stressing you out with the 9 of Wands, something that's really making you paranoid, whether you feel like you're losing a partner or you're not going to meet a partner, the Sun is promising you positive energy in the month of February. So take advantage of that. You also have the Ace of Swords and the 2 of Wands. So you have kind of waiting energy here. The 2 of Wands usually does mean that there's been delays in waiting. Perhaps you've been waiting for a partner to come around. Maybe that's what we're seeing in the first row there. You're frustrated. You're tired of waiting for someone to come around, for someone to come back to you, for someone to want a higher level of commitment. There's been delays in waiting. I feel like for some of you, you could be finding something out with the Ace of Swords being here, because this does represent clarity and truth. It could be that your an ex is coming back into your life and they're letting you know all the details of what really happened, why they really left. But it could also be that they're coming back with a new perspective here. Perhaps there had to be a delay in you guys working things out and getting back together. Perhaps they needed to clear their head with the Ace of Swords. This is a new way of thinking. But also for some of you, I try to cover all the bases because this is a general reading. It could be that your love life might feel like it's on hold right now with the Two of Wands. You have a lot of positive energy there. You have the Lovers lined up with the Sun. These are all major arcanas of positive energy, love, and marriage. But perhaps you need a different perspective here with the Ace of Swords. Perhaps you need the truth. Again, with the Ace of Swords, it can be that you need the truth, or perhaps you need to look at your love life or your partner in a different way, in a different perspective. Because I feel like for some of you, you're tired of something. You're frustrated with what's going on in your love life. Now, down here, let's see what we have. We have the Page of Wands. We also have the World and the Queen of Pentacles. So this would be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Male or female, sun, moon, or rising. There can be communication for you that's really important. You have the Page of Wands. All the pages represent communication, and this does represent good news. So for some of you, it could be that you're hearing from an earth sign. Perhaps this is someone that you've been waiting for. Again, you have the Two of Wands right here, waiting energy. Maybe you've been really frustrated. That's why you have the Ten of Wands. You do have the World right in the middle here. The World is a major arcana of a new cycle in your life. A new cycle in your love life. It's time for the old cycle to end. And I feel like there is some type of change for you, because the Page of Wands is good news, but it's also a sense of excitement and adventure. For some of you, there can even be somebody new that comes in. Perhaps that is the earth sign that we see here. Because the Page of Wands means that this is lighthearted energy. This is you going out meeting new people. This is a sense of joy, laughter, good times. It just seems like it's time for a new cycle in your love life. Because I feel like for many of you, you're kind of unhappy and frustrated with what's going on around you. That's going to change. Again, you're on guard. You're paranoid. You're afraid of what's coming next. Okay, so let me get a few cards for you. Let's see what else comes up. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer for February? You have the Page of Cups. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer for February? Strength. And the Magician. Okay, so these three cards. So you have another page. So it can be that communication is going to be really important. Here's the Page of Cups. This can represent somebody pouring out their heart to you. Maybe the person that put you on mute here, put you on hold, so to speak. This can be a love letter, a declaration of love, just a really deep, meaningful conversation. But again, with two pages and the reading here, it could be that, Cancer, you're hearing some kind of news from someone. You have the Strength card here after the Page of Cups. So it's like there is some type of communication, again, that's very deep and meaningful. Someone's really speaking from the heart. Perhaps you need to do that. You've got the Strength card. The Strength card does mean that you have to be brave, you have to be strong, you have to conquer your inner beast, which would be your ego that's telling you you're going to get hurt, you should just leave, which we're seeing right here. Someone's thinking of leaving. You're not getting your wish, maybe you're not as happy as you want to be, things are on hold. I mean, the Magician is telling you your call. This is totally up to you. The Magician does mean that you're creating your own reality. So if you want to leave, which would be the Ten of Wands, if you're ready to give up, then go ahead and do that. But this is also telling you that you're very powerful. So you have the power also to change what's going on in your love life right now. Again, you have the World. It's just time for a new cycle. It's time for something in your life to end so something new can begin. And I feel with this Page of Wands that there's a lot of good times coming to you, a lot of excitement around your love life. And this can definitely have something to do with this earth sign here. Again, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. It could just be that Cancer has something to say on the Page of Cups, where you're going to have to be really strong and expressing this to your partner. Perhaps you're hearing something from your partner in that very meaningful conversation where you're going to have to take it with a grain of salt and don't overreact. Try to kind of rein in your anger, your frustration, You're powerful this month, so make sure that there's a lot of opportunities for happiness here. Make sure that you use those. Okay, so let's get a few more cards from the confirmation deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer for February? You have the King of Wands. What other messages are there for the sign of Cancer for February? Ten of Swords. What other messages are there for Cancer? Page of Cups. So that's a repeat card. What's the most important thing that Cancer needs to hear about their love life for February 2019? Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands does represent commitment, stability, a long-term relationship, or a marriage. So for some of you, this is a strong energy in the month of February. It could be that you're getting married, or that you're very close to meeting that person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. Okay, so let's look at these three cards. So you have a fire sign here. The fire sign would be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. For some of you, this can be someone from the past, and I say that because you have the Ten of Swords. This can be someone who broke your heart. The Ten of Swords does represent a betrayal, being stabbed in the back, something maybe where it was really difficult to move on. Maybe you've not even moved on. The main message from this card is that it's time to move on. So for some of you, again, I mean, seeing these two things, it could be that a fire sign really let you down and broke your heart. But this is a repeat card. Perhaps that person, they really kind of, they really broke you. I hate to say that, but it just seems that way. They broke you emotionally, but there is some type of communication with them. Maybe they're explaining where they were emotionally or where they were mentally. Very emotional communication. I mean, Cancer is usually a very emotional sign, but I don't know. I feel like you're going to be hearing something this month that's, I don't know, it could rattle you. And again, it just seems like someone who really let you down, who really broke your heart, might be explaining, what they were thinking. So let me just look over this spread before we move on to the X spread. See if anything stands out here. I mean, the 2 pages definitely tell me that there can be some very significant communication. Or perhaps you need to communicate. Also, another thing that I'm seeing here is the 2 tens, Ten of Swords and Ten of Wands. The tens and the World do represent endings. It's time for something to kind of wrap up. It doesn't mean that your relationship's going to end, but it's time for a new cycle where you will actually be happy. So again, with the Sun being here, you're being told that you can be happy. You have that power. It's not always possible, but I mean, you have these 2 cards. February can be like probably the most magnificent month of the entire year if you take advantage of these energies. It can be that maybe this is a good time to tell someone how you feel. It may also be a good time for those who are single, maybe, to go out there and meet new people. So let's go ahead and focus only on X's, and I'm going to use this deck right here. Let me get these out of the way. I've already shuffled, so I'm just going to go ahead and start the reading, and we'll see what comes up for you. And I do call it the X spread, but it doesn't have to be someone you were in a committed relationship with. It can just be someone that you were interested in, or someone that you dated a few times, and you just want to know if there's still a chance to reconnect. You did have a jumping card, and it was this one, the Ace of Pentacles. So the Aces do represent a new beginning, and this is usually a very unexpected new beginning. So it could be that you might, you thought that ex was long gone, and surprise, they're not gone. Let's put that back in there. Show me the energies around Cancer and their ex. 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 Okay, so this is what you have, Cancer. You have the 3 of Cups, the 6 of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Wands. And this is a repeat card because you did have the Queen of Pentacles in the 9-card spread. So an earth sign really is significant for you. Here it is. Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. This could even be you if you have a moon or rising and an earth sign. So, I mean, what I see here, you're starting with the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups, this is you celebrating something. This is joy, laughter. Something positive has happened, and you are on top of the world. And you have the 6 of Cups there. So the 6 of Cups, does represent an ex. This is something or someone from the past. And of course you have the Page of Swords. You did have 2 pages in the first spread that I did for you. Here's one that I'm just looking at, the Page of Cups. But you also have the Page of Wands. So lots of pages, again, communication. With the Page of Swords though, this is honesty. So, I mean, that's what I was talking about. You're hearing from an ex where, like, you're hearing the truth. You're maybe finding out why they broke your heart, why they betrayed you, because you did have that energy in the first spread. Here it is, the Ten of Swords. So I see some really honest communication there coming from your ex with the Six of Cups. Maybe you're the one being completely honest. But, I mean, the first card, it's just like bang, happiness. You're feeling on top of the world. You have the Eight of Pentacles here. Of course, this can all involve someone who is an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. It can even be you. But the Eight of Pentacles here, this does mean that the relationship still needs some work. Perhaps this person needs to win back your trust, because you did have, as the main energy from the first deck that I used for you, you had the Nine of Wands. Here it is. You might be feeling pretty paranoid about this person or about your love life in general. Again, there's work to do with the Eight of Pentacles. There's work to do. And the eights, normally, they do represent that there's a lot of growing to do, you know, together as a couple. But you do have stability with the Four of Wands. This is a card of commitment, which, you know what? You did have this card. This is a repeat card. I just realized this card did come up for you from the confirmation deck. So I'll put it there. So again, we're talking about someone who is no longer in your life. They're gone. For whatever reason, they're gone. But yet there's still a strong energy here of commitment or marriage or a sense of stability. You might need to work on it a little bit here with the Eight of Pentacles, but I see you being extremely happy with the Three of Cups. I see you, this is, you know, the high energy of joy and laughter. This is good times. But there's a need to be completely honest. And again, for some of you, you're hearing the truth from your ex. Like, this is what really happened. This is what I've really been doing. Very interesting. Let me get a few more cards. I feel like there's possibly some more messages that will help you. What other messages are there for Cancer about their ex? Seven of Wands. So I'm not surprised to see this card because the Seven of Wands does represent confrontational energy. Of course, if this is someone who lied to you and betrayed you, you definitely would want to hear the truth, which we see right here. But this is, you know, again, confrontational energy. You're really speaking your truth. You're standing your ground. You're being firm with someone. Like, if I'm going to take you back, that better never happen again. This is you kind of laying down the law and really being firm with your ex. Let me put that there. What other messages are there for Cancer about their ex? The Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is kind of cautioning you to be careful. Sometimes the Five of Swords can represent deceit, self-deceit, sabotage, self-sabotage. All the fives represent kind of a problem or a challenge. So, I mean, I just did a reading that was very similar to this. It was Capricorn. It was kind of a complicated ex. I almost called it a complicated ex returns. But, I mean, I feel like there's a right decision here with the Five of Swords. You have a decision to make, and you have to choose wisely, because you could regret the decision that you make if you don't think about it carefully. And it could be that you may see an ex that wants to talk to you, and you think, oh heck no, I don't want to talk to that person. That could be a huge mistake. Or you might hear from an ex and you might be like, yes, I forgive you, I love you, I still want you back. And it could be a mistake. Again, it's a general reading, so you'll have to think, like, what happened between, you know, me and my ex? Should I take him back? What other messages are there for Cancer about their ex? The Five of Pentacles. So 2 fives. Side by side too. It's pretty eye-opening, because again, the fives do represent a problem. They represent that there's, you know, kind of a struggle going on. Especially this card. This means that, you know, there's something happened where you were deeply hurt. The Five of Pentacles does mean that you felt completely shut out, and like somebody just kind of like erased you, like, from their life. Somebody just left you completely out in the cold. Like maybe they blocked you on all social media. Maybe they just moved out and never told you what happened. There's kind of that energy with the Five of Pentacles. Perhaps, you know, they never really explained why they left. You're really going to have to speak up here with the Seven of Wands. You're really going to have to speak up to get the truth. And I feel like you can get it because you have it right here, the Page of Swords. And keep in mind that in the first spread that I did for you, you had 2 pages. So now there's 3. You need to communicate with your ex. Final message for the sign of Cancer about their ex. The Knight of Swords. Expect the unexpected. The Knight of Swords means that a lot of things will happen in the month of February. I mean, it can also be March. Again, with a general reading, it's hard to say. But the Knight of Swords in general, it's kind of like the Tower. There's going to be a lot of things changing. All the Knights represent change and movement. And this Knight means that there's a lot of things are going to change very quickly. So you and your ex, you might feel like, you know, it's over and there's no way that we could ever get back to where we were. There's no way that we can ever be together. Expect the unexpected with the Knight of Swords. But it does seem that there's something really harsh here. Like, I don't know. It just, like, your ex did something that really hurt you. I mean, everybody gets hurt, but I feel like there's something really difficult where you have a decision to make that you're going to have to be careful what you choose or who you choose. I mean, again, this can be with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But going back to the original 3 cards, this repeated itself for you, the Four of Wands. So even though the relationship is over, I still see commitment and I still see the possibility of a relationship or marriage. Just, you know, just kind of be careful. Make sure that you hear them out and hear the truth. Okay, Cancer, this has been your love reading for February 2019. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.